Meat bicycle!
Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Best Builds here on Borderlands the pre-sequel. Today I have a nice build for you guys, as you can see right here. It is regarding Athena, the gladiator. So I'm trying to get one of every single type of build for these characters out, just so you guys, even if you don't want to use that certain build, but you just want to download a level 70 Ultimate Vault on the mode game save, can do so and then change your characters as you wish. So I've started out with Nisha with the bitch build, the Cryo build, which was really good actually, and then I brought you the explosive Torgtastic Claptrap. So today we're going to be doing a melee Athena build called the Winter Soldier. As you can see, she is all geared up in a little cute Captain America outfit, and yeah, this is the Winter Soldier build. So I'm going to show you exactly what this build entails, and like I said, this is a very melee focused build. For those of you guys that want to try a bit of meleeing out, this is the character definitely to do it with. So let's go ahead and just start off with these skill points straight away. So there is an overview of all of the skill points. It mainly goes down the phalanx skill tree for that aspis, because that does come in very handy, blocking enemy bullets and stuff, and just allows you to get really close to people, absorb some stuff, but also allows you to attack while not taking too much damage. There's also the Xiphos skill, which is very important for the meleeing, and we've got a little bit in Ceramic Storm as well. But basically it mainly focuses around the Xiphos skill. So there's a couple of skills in here that you may want to know about, and if you're not downloading the game save but you want to copy this, replicate this, then be sure to follow this especially. Gun Carter is one of the first main ones. That will increase your gun damage and melee damage as well for a short duration after shooting an enemy. So before you go in for your melee attacks, make sure you carry a weapon and shoot, and then go in for your melees. You'll get increased gun damage. Also Clarity of Purpose, increased melee damage and maximum health. So the more melee damage we get, the better. We've also got where is it? Rend. Your melee attacks cause enemies to bleed. Inflicted damage over time. The damage is increased against higher targets. After the damage and the damage also benefits from your melee damage bonuses as well. So that's another good one to go down as well. Couple full in Bloodlust as well, and gun damage dealt to bleeding targets if you want to shoot bleeding targets. When an enemy is killed by your melee attacks or dies, they explode. And then finally we've gone to Blood Rush, which is obviously to do your little dash melee strike. So they're the most important skills really for this melee build. Also, like I said, there's quite a few skills down in the phalanx. This just basically gets your aspis up, gets your survivability up a bit better, and all sorts of things like that. So make sure you spec into a couple of them as well. And finally, like I said, just to spend a few, you've got Storm Weaving, so when you swap weapons, increases your fire rate and elemental effect chance, and then also dealing incendiary or shock damage causes you to gain stacks of Maelstrom. All elemental damage dealt is increased for each stack of Maelstrom. So more Maelstrom you get, the better. So use a shock weapon, carry that with you. So that's basically the skill layout. Now for the gear, the most important one to get is probably a really hard weapon to get really out legitimately, but try and get yourself a cryo probe. This build obviously comes with all this stuff, so you can have all of this if you download it. But yeah, the probe not only heals you, it's also bladed for the melee attacks, and it's also Cryo Element as well. So that is a really, really good weapon, and probably your main weapon you want to you go for here. Your Absolute Zero as well, that's another one I like to carry on with me. That's a good little laser, and it obviously deals the cryo as well. I also take the Thunderfire for that last stack of Maelstrom as well. Getting Storm Weaving and Maelstrom up will obviously help with you firing the Thunderfire round and all of that, but mainly I would try and use the probe as much as possible. It doesn't do much damage, but it does keep you healed, and obviously keeps the meleeing going as well. I'd probably try and switch between the Thunderfire to do damage, especially to bleeding targets, things like that, and then when you want to get up close and personal, take the probe out and go in and melee. And I've also put a little Fatali in there as well, bladed Fatali, but not too important. You might want to carry something else like a launcher to get yourself up, or something like a Fragnum something high damage that will get you up if you need to. As for the shield, I would recommend equipping the Avalanche. Avalanche, yeah, this is just basically for your Roid damage, but also your Nova damage as well. You can take the Shooting Star or something like that. I've put a couple of Roid shields in there for you guys, but the Avalanche also has that Nova damage as well. It's probably the best Roid shield you can get. As for the Blade Master, as for the class mod, take the Blade Master. Gives you that 55% melee damage and also 43% critical hit damage. Plus puts Guncarter, Clarity of Purpose, and Mercurial. Which is quite handy really, as you can see for the tiers here. All three of these increase your melee, so go for that one definitely. As for your grenade, I recommend a Quasar, just to strip them shields a little bit, and it's quite a good area to actually damage people and things like that. And also got the 3DD1.E in there as your Oz kit. Doesn't really matter about your Oz kit really, but this just gives you a bit of extra laser damage, helps you with the Thunder Fire as well. Also, all these weapons come here as well, mainly cryo. There's a couple of explosives in there, because everybody should know by now that when enemies are frozen, the explosive damage weapons do have a massive buff as well. Put a couple of launchers in there to help you get back up. Of course, all Cryo Element, loads of bladed weapons and things like that. And yeah, just basically stuff to get you in there and help you up when you need to. So got a couple of lasers in there as well. Got the Vibra Pulse, obviously, just because it is a really good weapon. And a very, very good weapon there is the T4SRs. Yeah, grenades, couple of explosive, bit of Lob 4 Seasons, and some more, one of each element pretty much. And yeah, get that Data Scrubber in there as well. Couple of Oz kits for you guys, mainly Roid as I said, but also the Sham in there just in case you want to equip that just to survive a little bit longer. And yeah, that is about it. So let's switch to a bit of footage right now of this build in action. Right, so here we are in the Hyperion Hub of Heroism, and the reason I've chose this map to go around and demonstrate this build is purely because it is such a good place for a general amount of enemies and mobs and things like that. There's also Meg down here and Corporal Bob to fight if we can find him. But yeah, just in general really, I mean, this is the first time I used this actual build, and it didn't do too badly really. The best way to play it is to actually get your aspis up, shoot enemies, and then just go in and just keep moving around and things like that. Now Meg's not the hardest boss in the game, but she is quite tough really, and there's a lot of tentacles flying about and things like that. But just in general, this is just a really good general mobbing build. But as you can see, it does work pretty well against bosses as well. Now I know I'm using the laser quite a lot here, and I should be meleeing because it is a melee build, but as you can see, once Meg's generally frozen, she can actually be taken down pretty easily, and I've actually done this a few times since, and done it a lot better than that. But yeah, like I said, in general, it's just a really good mobbing build. The best way to do it is to actually shoot your enemies with your probe to get your bonuses up for your melee damage from gunshots and things like that, and then just go in. Every now and again you'll get your special little lunge as well, which really does pretty much one-shot all enemies. But just keep going in, keep your aspis up as many times as you can, and yeah, just go in and slay people really. So there you go anyway, that is our third instalment of Best Builds. This is the Winter Soldier, who is a brilliant melee Athena game save. So you'll get all them weapons like you saw. Click on the link in the description, download the game file and put it in your character game saves, and you'll be able to get this build for yourself. If not, like I said at the beginning, if you've got yourself a level 70 Athena, you can just copy the build straight away, get yourself some decent weapons. But yeah, you can pretty much use whatever you want, get as many cryo and bladed weapons as you can. But if you can get that probe, any sort of probe really, it doesn't have to be a frozen one, a cryo one specifically. A good shock one will do really well as well. Keep shooting and then just melee away, and nothing will really touch you. So yeah, there you go guys, this is probably one of my favourite yet, just because I haven't used it before, and I really did just enjoy going around and just knifing everyone that I could see. And yeah, very happy with this game save. So let me know what you think in the description, in the comments below, if you give it a try out. And yeah, I always like to hear good feedback on it. Anyway, thanks for watching everyone, and I'll see you guys in the next one.